Buff Nation, Deacon Schmitt has dropped his top 8, and it's wonderful to see that the Buffs are still in good position to land his services. The top recruit in the state of Colorado right now, at Windsor, Colorado, just outside of Boulder. Guy who's coached, works with Matt McChesney, and wouldn't you love to see a guy like this stay in state? Put on the black and gold. And I mean, look, he pushed that guy back another 20 yards or so, 25 yards or so. The flag coming out, man, whatever. Hey, see him get downfield here. Push the guy back another 20 yards or so. That's another beautiful thing, man. I love the nasty that he plays with, how he's always playing through the whistle. Again, on the top or the top player in the state, one of the top interior linemen in the entire country, showing great athleticism. Hey, there you got him pulling over at the right tackle position. Watch him blow up this defensive back, man. It's real nice. In case you're wondering, who are the other schools? Well, Nebraska is one of them. USC, Ohio State. Let me pull up the other ones here. Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Oklahoma. So a lot of really great schools are going after his services, and we're going to have to put the full court press on this guy. I think that he definitely needs to be one of the top priorities this year. Again, I think it would be tremendous for Coach Prime and the staff to be able to keep an elite high school recruit in state. You guys know, over the years, Colorado doesn't have the biggest depth in terms of high school talent, but there are a few guys every year that, for the most part, you want to make sure they stay in state, and they've gone to other schools. They've gone out of state. Probably the most famous one over the last 10 or so years has been Christian McCaffrey. Let him go out to Stanford, do all of that, but somebody like Deacon Schmitt, where there's still a huge need on the offensive line, and I love his playmaking ability, but he's already 6'5", 320 pounds, and he would fall just right in line with the rest of the guys that we got, particularly Chauncey Gooden. You imagine having Deacon Schmitt on one side, Chauncey Gooden on the other, Jordan Seaton, Cash Cleveland. We're still figuring out right tackle. We're going to get there, but maybe Carty Smith is that guy, right? So I think that he would be tremendous to help shore up this offensive line pipeline for the long term. And again, with Matt McChesney, with Gunnar White leading the offensive line room from the coaching perspective, in addition to Andre Girard and George Hageman, I think we better put the full court press on when you got that many guys involved in the offensive line, and Pat Shermer. I mean, we better make this thing happen. We better figure this thing out. So would love to see Deacon Schmitt commit to the Buffs. But yeah, we got 7 other teams and programs that we need to beat out. But you can see, I mean, just the tremendous athlete that he is. Somebody that I think, has the ability to play possibly multiple spots on the line. And yeah, right now, rated, I guess the number 2 player by the composite, number 1 and on 3, Camden Jensen in the class of 2026, tight end out of Littleton, is the top guy in 24/7's composite. He should also be a target, right? Especially with our big need at tight end. But Deacon Schmitt, I think, would be absolutely tremendous. He has been on a handful of visits over this past year, to those top 8 schools. But I think it's tremendous that we're seeing him include Colorado still. And hey, remember, guys, just a few years ago, we were starting to get involved in some of these recruiting races, named in top 10s, top 8s, top 6s, top 5s, but not getting these guys. Now, over the last few years, you've been able to see that we're starting to get some more of these targets, more and more. And I mean, I think Deacon Schmitt needs to be one of those guys. No doubt about it. I think that we should be one of the favorites in this recruiting battle. And we'll have to see how it all plays out. But I think, hey, with the style of football that I'm expecting us to play this year, obviously run the ball more, Caden Salter, those guys, seeing our running backs take another step with Marshall Falk, I think it's going to do tremendous. it's going to do tremendous work in terms of like the narrative around this, our offensive line and the offense, the program, all those sorts of things. I think seeing those guys take a step this year. So, y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. I mean, where would you right now put Colorado on Deacon Schmidt's top 8 list? You guys know where I'm at, but we got to make sure we roll out the red carpet for this guy and maybe a couple of those receivers that I've talked about recently. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll be back again soon. Let's go Buffs.